Pickle Rick.
Okay, so there is window capture. Me cam. VC. Me. And put me back here. Okay. Oops. A little bigger. Okay, so now I'm there. And we gotta get quick. Window capture. Quick. VC. There we go. Slot you down there. Okay. And then let me know when your books are done downloading, Baza, and I'll add you in.
Yeah, I know I have to do Wayfinder's Guide, and I'm trying to remember which book I have to download for the Celestial Warlock.
That one is Xanthar's.
Okay, so that's
Yep. So Xanathar's and Eberron, and then the PHB, and I think that should cover you.
I do not remember how to do this at all.
Okay, so for downloading the books, you'll want to click on Library down in the bottom right, and it'll pull up all your various books here. You want to click on Modules in the bottom left of that window, and then if you go through and click Load next to the particular books you need. I forget, quick, do they also need to load the 5e coding, or is that just me that has to load that? They all need to load it?
They do need to load it, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, load all the 5e coding modules, load the books, so whichever ones your particular class needs.
You have to show us the 5e effects modules. So if you're looking, Eric, at the data module activation window and you see the 5e effects, there's a little red X or like a little red stop sign type thing right now.
Yeah.
There's a little check mark in your bottom left. You need to click and drag that check mark and turn those little stop signs into check marks so that it shows us the material. Anything with red we don't see.
Oh, I see.
All right, Mook, I'm ready for the phone call.
Okay, just adding you in now.
Valra might too.
Oh yeah, Fowler, if you want to. Whichever you prefer. I already got your elephant picture up here, but if you want to, that's fine. I think you're accidentally hitting screen share on yourself, Baza.
So what all books do we need?
I hit what?
You hit screen share. I can see your screen.
That's a lot of tentacles, Baza. Whoa.
I don't even know how to turn this off. So shit.
Well, I can take remote control, hook it up. I'll see how to turn it off.
There we go.
Oh, okay. There we go. Got it. Real quick. Oh. There we go. Okay.
Wait, I can see your screen share again.
Wait, who's just removing my cursor?
I think that's quick. I think you took control through your screen share.
Well, you better watch what buttons you click, buddy.
Viz, for you,
why do you keep doing that?
You'll want to load the PHB. You'll want to load Unearthed Arcana because of your class. and
Also, fix your screen share. It's pissing me off.
is Tabashi Volos or Xanathars? I can't remember. Let me see.
Don't know what the hell I did.
I think it's in Volos. Did you say we did need the 5e effects coding?
Yeah, you'll want to load all of those so you can use those for your spells.
Okay,
I don't
then
know
what do I
what
do once
button.
my books are all loaded?
Yeah, it'll take a minute. That's fine. And if you aren't seeing your book, let me know because I might need to turn it on. But I think I have the right stuff enabled. Okay, yeah, Unearthed Arcana Players is enabled, so you should see that in their viz.
If you just search players, you can see we have everything that we. I think, yeah. We
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Okay, cool.
We don't have any druids, right? No.
No, we don't have any druids. Oh, that's right. Before I forget, let me add Boz's face to the thing.
So I needed Xanthars and
Xanathars and Wayfinder's Guide to Eberron. So Eberron's your Kalashtar, and Xanathars is your Celestial Warlock. Okay, got you.
and then the 5e stuff.
Yeah, and then the 5e effects coding. Riz, I don't know if...
Mo Ogle Coco, Mo Ogle Coco, Mo Ogle Coco, Mo Ogle Coco, Plund 73, Mo Ogle Coco, Plund 73, Mo Ogle Coco.
I didn't know it did that.
What?
Quick, first, I didn't realize that it actually read the names of the emojis when you subscribed. in terrible text to speech.
Yeah, people. I need to rename those because it's terrible and it does sound like "see you next."
Like that was like I was like a good 30 seconds of M Oogle Coco, M Oogle Coco, M Oogle Coco. Riz, if you click on library in your bottom right corner
Okay.
and go to modules, so at the bottom left of that window, click on modules. Load all those 5e effects codings. Okay.
Did you get my token?
Oh, let me grab your token that you just sent me. Okay.
Alright. I forgot where to click after that to create a character.
So if you click on, well, if you still have the library window open, click on where it says Create PC up at the top, and that will open the right tabs on your right side for like everything you'll need. And then click on the PC tab on the right and click the plus to create new.
Do I need this D&D
Got
5e SRD?
No, everything else you need, Riz, should be already loaded from when we did your test character the other day. I just know I got those 5e effects codings after we did your tests and you didn't get those loaded yet. So,
Okay.
so once you do get everything loaded, just remember that there is an order we have to set up stuff in the character sheets so they don't get fucked.
Chaos!
Okay, let me see if I can get
Alright.
your token added in here. Is quick, do you happen to know where like I know where the folder for like images for like profile images is at? Is like the tokens one in the app data? Because Riz made her own token. I'm guessing it's probably just in the app data somewhere for Final Fantasy Grounds.
You gotta make a module. I think you can drop single tokens in.
It's a single token, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'll see if I can find it.
I think it's in the app data.
I'll check, see. Post time for app data. Roaming.
Yeah.
Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, put it in the shared folder. Token share.
In the shared folder?
Uh.
Is that like Roaming Fantasy Grounds shared or somewhere else? I don't see a shared.
No, okay, so click your tokens button in Fantasy Grounds.
Okay.
On the and then you see where it says like GM shared module store.
Oh, yes.
Ah.
And drag it from there. Okay. Boom. Aha. Okay, cool. So, if everybody's starting in the characters, yeah, first thing you got to do is your ability scores. So go ahead and do your rolls. I know, like, does everybody typically prefer doing the rolls for your abilities? Like, I'm open to either. Whether people like point by or rolls. I usually like rolls. But
Sorry, I crashed. I gotta reload all my books real quick.
I think shouldn't the books stay loaded?
No, it said I had to reload them.
Because it crashed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I can't remember the rolls. What is it?
For your typical roll, I think it's, what is it? You roll
4d6, drop 1 6 times.
Oh, that's right. Okay. And then assign those as you see. Yeah, right now on the Twitch overlay, normally I'd have the names and little boxes below all the pictures, but I wasn't able to get those. But I wasn't able to get those exported in time.
How do I fix my character picture?
I can assign that here. Actually, let me pull that up here for you.
There you go.
I know charisma needs to be. Trying to remember everything else.
So you can see like kind of your 2 better stats if you look
Okay,
at.
sorry, my books have reloaded. So in the library window, you do create PC, right?
Yeah, you do create PC, and that'll get you all the tabs on the side that you'll want. Yep.
Okay, and then what do I hit from there?
So from there, you can close out of that and click PC on the tab on the right, and then create a new PC. There should be like a green plus to create a PC. Where did I put Viz's picture at? There it is. And we'll get... Copy you. Copy you. Okay. I'll fix that. Okay. I'll fix your picture later, Viz, because right now, since it's not a square, it's getting squished. But I'll crop that and fix that later, so that looks fine.
I don't know. It looks good on my end.
Oh, all right. Looks
Yeah, it popped up just fine.
Oh, all right. Looks squished to me, but all right. If it works for you, it looks fine to you, then that works.
So I rolled 7 times.
I'll go ahead and slap that in there.
How do I select more than one die again?
For selecting more than one die, if you grab the dice and then right-click several times, so 2, 3, 4, and then chuck them in the chat, and that'll roll.
Okay, I'm sorry. Having issues. Where do we start on the character sheet then?
First thing you start with is your ability scores. So you're going to want to roll 4d6 6 times and drop the lowest number in each of those rolls, and then assign them to the ability scores as per whatever you want for your character.
Okay, 4d6. How many times?
6 times.
6 times. How do I get it to roll it on here?
So if you like, the easiest way to do it is if you just click and drag on your d6 and right click 4 times, so you have 4 dice, and then chuck it into the chat window and do that 6 times over.
Okay, odd thing. Normally I just click on whatever score I want to type that in on, but it's not letting me click and type. No idea what I'm doing wrong.
Let me check. It doesn't show a cursor, but if I just click and start typing, it does. If you need me to, I can put them in. If it's not letting you, Vaza, just let me know what your scores are, and I can slap them in there for you.
Yeah, it's not letting me type for some reason. I mean, I'm clicking on them like it normally allows me to, and it's not working. So charisma needs to be 15.
Charisma 15. Okay.
Hold on, I can't remember my other score strength. So dexterity. 14.
14, okay.
Constitution 14.
Constitution 14. Okay.
And then everything else 12.
Everything else 12. Okay, 12, 12, 12. Okay. Do you see them on your end in your sheet now?
Oof.
Nope, not at all.
What the heck?
Did you update your fantasy grounds before you connected Sparky?
Oh, wait. I see the issue. I see there's 2...
Stop.
I see 2 character sheets. Let me try editing this one. One of them didn't have a name yet. I'm going to guess that's the wrong one. So 12, 14, 14, 12.
Double check my math on that. I think that one's right.
Okay.
8 and 7. Eesh.
How about now, Vaza? Do you see those ones?
Yeah, that all showed up.
Okay. Looks like there's like an extra character sheet that was in here. Let me take that out.
Not by my doing.
I think it might have got like mistakenly created from when it was being weird for you there. But I took that out now, so now you should just have the right one. So let's see. Do I see everybody? I see everybody. Okay, cool. So let me know once everybody gets their numbers in.
I'm done.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, when did you say after I rolled the 4d6 6 times, I drop what?
The lowest in each of those.
When I put those numbers in after your rolls, Britt, so double check those, but your result should be 8, 14, 7, 10, 18, 16.
Okay. 4d6 6 times, and then drop the lowest number from those rolls.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think those are yours. I mean, double check me, but I think that's those two for blossoms.
Yes, those look correct for blossoms numbers.
Very solid right there. Nice.
For sure. Good rolls.
Wait, what?
The numbers.
Those are mine?
Yeah, the ones that both fit just put in chat. Those are your numbers. Pretty nice.
I was happy with mine though. Aside from the 10, mine were pretty solid.
Jinku's got some flaws.
Jinku is a flawed individual. Okay, and then I just put those on my abilities wherever I want, right?
Yep, you assign those 6 numbers however you want according to your class character or whatever you're aiming for. Once we've all got those in there, we'll move on to the next step.
Do you know, because I know, Britt, this is like your second character you've made, right? Do you kind of know what those would affect for a fighter and kind of what you want as your primary stats and what? Maybe. Cool. All right.
I don't think I've been in a party with a fighter.
Thakrin was a fighter.
Oh, okay. That's a cool picture.
I should find a plague doctor with a silver mask here.
Oh, was there a particular Devon Knight token that you were... I remember you mentioned some kind of Plague Doctor token you'd seen.
Yeah, there was some plague doctor ones in there.
Oh, let me
Put
see.
it in the chat.
Well, no, there's like a Devon Knight from this.
Oh.
Trying to remember what that was under. 'Cause I know I've seen it. Let me see if I can find it here.
I've got a plague doctor toy token too that actually might work, but I'd have to find it if you want to. I'd get it to you before we finish character creation.
Oh wait, is this it? No.
I'm going to find it right now.
Like I know what it looks like. I just can't remember which folder it's in under the Devon Knight stuff.
Well, I think that one artist I like did some toy tokens. They were not.
Oh, here they are. They're under Alchemist in Devon Knight. Looks like there's like 4 different ones. I guess that one's a Cobalt. That one doesn't really work, but. Yeah, those other ones seem like they would work for that. That are under Alchemist with the Plague Doctor mask nose going on.
It won't let me. Like, I can't see those.
Oh. I'll pull them up so you can see them on stream. There's this one, and this. Well, they're all kind of similar. They're more of their arms are facing different ways, and there's some different colors. But it's these 3.
Do the top left one for now.
This one? Okay.
And I'll see if I can find the one I'm thinking of that's from...
Okay. Oh, I don't think I'd... No, I did download that one.
And what's the next step, or are we holding right here for now?
Oh, did everybody get their numbers all in for the abilities? Sweet. Okay.
Yep.
Next step is background. So, open up the background tab and find whichever one you're wanting to go with, and drag and drop that into the background hole on your sheet. And that should add a bunch of stuff automatically. And if there's stuff you have to choose, it'll pop up and ask you what you want to choose for like abilities and such.
Background tab.
It's right next to PC on the top, on the right-hand side.
If you don't see it, click on Library in the bottom right, and then click Create PC, and that'll bring up all of the character creation related tabs. Let's see, where did I put that little Plague Doctor that you sent me? Let's see. Ah, here he is. Okay, he's also a little squished, but I can fix that. There's also, if you look at the tab in here, there's a bunch of other backgrounds from like the other books that are available. Oh, okay.
It's just a lot.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of backgrounds.
Totally forgot to think about that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. That one's always one of the ones that kind of slips under the radar. Whoa!
Only so close.
I'm trying to remember where the languages I can add in are. I can't remember.
Where are those? Let me check my test person.
Do I drag those into proficiencies?
It's under ability. Under the abilities tab, there should be a section for languages where it should pop in ones that you get automatically from like your race and class and stuff. And then if your race or class or whatever gives you a choice, it'll give you like a blank line that says enter one of your choice.
Well, I haven't put my race in yet, but I put in my class, and abilities is not showing languages. Alright, I'll try to throw in my race. Is that going to screw anything up?
Well, you'll want to go. So the order we want to go in is the abilities, and then the background, and then the race, and then the class.
So if you didn't do that, you need to start over.
I don't see his class added onto his sheet yet, so I think you're still okay. I see your background, but I don't see your class and race, so you haven't messed anything up yet. It looks like it's still okay.
You said race is the next one after
Yep.
background?
Yep, after background, the next one is race. And again, that might give you some choices and whatnot, depending. We'll see.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how that works with the Simic. Like, I don't know if it gives you different choices there for that. With the Simic hybrid, does it give you like a set list of creatures you can choose from, or is it pretty much game for whatever the fuck you want?
No, no. So like, it gives you a set list of effects that you get. Like, there's 3 effects that you can. You get one of them, and then I imagine it's kind of like flavor there as to what critter you come from, as long as the effect is kind of reasonably from that.
Okay.
To that
Okay.
Yeah.
So you choose the effect, and then it's just kind of up to you what animal with that effect you go with, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Is everybody else like muted or something? I'm only hearing you, Moog, and Viz.
No, I don't see anybody else muted.
Hearing me?
Okay. God damn it. Which tab do I find languages under? Because I get a choice and then 2 more.
You have to show us which ones are available. Like, if you click in, like, it's like in the settings in the top right, Moog.
Yeah.
And then you can click languages, and then you need to screenshot that, and then they have to type it in.
Oh, okay. So it's not a drag and drop. You just type in the name.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put a list in chat then. So give me a second while I type this up.
Is there a max score you can have at start for an ability score?
I don't know. Why, is some of your like grace or stuff bonuses maxing stuff out for you?
Oh,
Okay.
it's gonna push it above 18.
What is the celestial language? Oh, celestial. I see it.
Yep, should be up there. They're in alphabetical order. So yeah, just make sure you type it in exactly as it's spelt there, and that way if I do use the little language drop down thing to type stuff that only certain people can understand, then that'll make sure it sends the message correctly. Is it engineer? What's that one quick? Seems interesting.
Like a artisan alchemist mage type.
And what's the next step after race?
Class and level.
You can't hear me, Britt? Are you kidding? Oh man.
So be sure when you do get your class and level, that's the one from the right book. Are you just doing like when you I can't remember what fighters, like when you get your school or your whatever thing at level 3? Are you just doing one from the PHB, or are you using one from like Xanathars or something like that for your
Me?
Loxodon? Yeah, for your Loxodon.
I was just using the fighter from the player's handbook.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll want to...
No, she's doing Eldritch. That's from something else.
Oh,
right? You were still wanting to do the like kind of wizard, like magic fighter, right? Oh, she can't hear me.
Quick's asking or saying he remembers you talking about doing like an Eldritch fighter or some kind of magic fighter. Was that still the case?
Yeah, but it's not till level 3.
Well, I know. I'm just seeing what book it's from so we have the right one.
It's in the player's handbook.
Oh,
wait.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was or wasn't.
It's the martial archetype.
Oh, yes, I see it. Eldritch Knight. Okay. Yeah, so just be sure that you drag the player's handbook fighter into your class and level slot. I think the only ones I know that I think should be particular is I know for Viz's class, you're going to want to drag the... Let me pull it back up here. Barbarian. You'll want the 5e Unearthed Arcana Barbarian Viz, because that's the one that's got your Wild Soul.
Alright, well, there's 2.
There's 2. Oh.
Okay, so there is... right, so there is just Barbarian, 5e Unearthed Arcana, or there is Enhanced Barbarian, 5e Unearthed.
This should just be the regular Barbarian. Enhanced Barbarian is Path of the Berserker. So, yeah, you'll just want Barbarian D&D 5e Unearthed Arcana. If you open the shield to check and scroll down at the bottom, it should say Path of the Wild Soul there.
Okay. I'm looking towards my patron attributes, which popped up.
Yeah.
I can max out my int at level 1.
What options are you looking at there, Bowser?
Well, none of them work because my patron is kind of like my trickster mom, and like my attitude towards her, I'm just looking for that to be like she's kind of in my life and I have to do this because otherwise I'd be defenseless, kind of thing.
So like what? I guess I'm not sure what it's showing for you. Like, what options is it even giving you right now? Like, what do you see?
Well, number 5, your patron tricked you into a pact and treats you like a slave. I want to change slave into son.
Oh, okay. Is this where? Do you know where this is adding that to your character sheet? Is this like under your notes or something? I'm trying to think where that would even show up.
It should be under notes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if it's under notes, like, you should be able to click on those and retype or edit as need be. So, yeah, I think if it isn't like, that doesn't really tie to any like roles, does it? It's just kind of like a descriptor to help you build your character, right? Is that like does that tie into any roles?
Oh, that has important consequences towards Quick's character and Riv's character.
Okay, so it's more of a character flavor thing. Yeah, so in that case, since it's just kind of a flavor character building thing instead of something that's attached to roles or code or anything, I think you can just pick whatever one there and then edit the text as you see fit in your notes for yourself. to whatever you're wanting that to say, that it's your mom or whatever relationship you happen to have with your mom patron.
We're all really deep characters, aren't we?
Okay, so it looks like...
Okay, so after class and level, I'm assuming we're starting at level 1?
Yeah, yep. So after class and level, at that point... After that point, it doesn't really matter too much quick. It's just that first bit that matters the order. After that, it's just kind of equipment, spells, stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so at this point, this would be where you drop your armor, weapons, whatever other random stuff you have into your inventory tab, and then whatever spells you have into your actions tab. So now it doesn't really matter what order it's in, so feel free to go add whatever stuff you want. I know that robe you mentioned to me, Viz, that is in the items. So if you search for your robe of billowing that you asked for...
Okay, where... items?
Yeah, search for billowing, and that should pull up, so you can drop that into your sheet so you have that. Riz, how are you going with your background?
I'm trying to decide between two.
Okay, which two are you trying to decide between?
Either charlatan or urban bounty hunter.
Okay, tell me about them.
Well, charlatan is pretty basic. Like, you swindle people. You're a con artist.
Okay.
Which would technically play well with the fact that I read tarot cards. But urban bounty hunter is kind of, I guess you could say, kind of roguish. Like, you can hunt down criminals, but you could also technically hunt down, like, any corrupt people, even, like, the rich and wealthy and stuff. And you have, like, ties to other bounty hunters as well as criminal circles.
Okay.
My only hang-up is that I'm just questioning if it makes sense for a trickery cleric to be a bounty hunter.
I mean, at least just from what your description has there and what you've told me about your character, I feel like the charlatan one fits better, especially with your whole tarot thing you were talking to me about.
Yeah.
But that's just me. I mean, you can go with the bounty hunter just for kind of the angle you're going, but I feel like just from what you've described, the charlatan sounds more logical for you.
Yeah.
I think. But that's that's your call to make.
Okay,
It's
I'm
just hard because I haven't
not
to
finding
think
it.
a lot about her background yet.
If you're not finding it, Viz, I will drop it in there for you. One sec. Oh, that might be why. If you didn't load the Xanathar's book, that's probably why you weren't seeing it. So I will drop it in here for you. Cloak of Billowing. Do you see that in your sheet now?
It just says cloak.
Give it a sec.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Somebody double check me. I'm just looking at the fighter equipment, and it seems like a lot. So I just want to make sure it's right.
Okay.
I haven't added like anything yet, just because I didn't want to delete stuff if I didn't need it.
Let's see. Was it where is that listing it? It's listed under your class, right? Where you got your fighter equipment at?
Yeah, because I'm looking through my book too. So it says you start with the following equipment. In addition to the equipment granted by your background: chainmail or leather armor, longbow and 20 arrows, martial weapon and a shield or 2 martial weapons, a light crossbow and 20 bolts or 2 hand axes, a dungeoneer's pack or an explorer's pack. It just seems like a lot of weapons.
Yeah, Yep. Yeah. So you would have. I mean, it looks like for most of those you choose one or the other from each of those bullet points. But yeah, you'd have all of those, whatever you choose. So like,
Okay. Just
chainmail,
wanted to double check.
a martial weapon, two hand axes, and like an engineer's pack. So you'd have like the 4 or 5 things total. You just got to choose which one out of those. Yeah.
You said race is next?
Yep, race is next, so you'll want to.
Tiefling from Player's Handbook.
Yep, since you're just doing PHB.
There are sub races?
Oh, what are the options it's giving you there?
Despater, Asmodeus, Firna, Zariel.
Hold on.
Long name I can't pronounce.
Let me pull up the tiefling stuff here. And you should be able to click on those shields to see what they are, but let me. Tiefling PHB. I don't know why it doesn't show the sub races for me here.
Because I don't think it's in the Player's Handbook.
So what are some of those saying? Like, what are they about?
It looks like what lineage you're from.
Okay.
So, like, some of them have different buffs.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess take a quick look through those and see if any of them sound interesting. Because it looks like, I'm guessing the ability score increase, it like adds like 1 to something. Or 1 or 2. Okay.
Certain things increase.
Okay. Yeah, I guess
And
just
then
have.
It looks like you get a special trait.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I guess just have a quick look through those and see if any strike your fancy. And realize that was a thing.
I didn't realize that was a thing either.
All right. Yes, hello, cat. You are very troublesome. Yeah, and once you get your inventory sorted, feel free to start looking through your spells for whatever you have available for cantrips and first levels. And dropping those in your actions tab.
Yeah, I can't find. It says adventuring gear. It doesn't give me a pack. So does that mean I don't get a pack?
Let me check. Is that pulling off of your class that it's telling you to take the adventuring pack, or is that from your background?
No, it says a warlock adventuring gear, and I click on the link, and it doesn't give me a specific pack. It just gives me a bunch of crap.
Okay, let me take a look real quick. Let's see.
All right, so my equipment's done since I have no spells.
I think the only other thing
I
to
guess
do,
I'm done.
yeah, unless you want to go to the notes tab, and if you have stuff you want to fill out there for like your, your age, your size, your, packed bond ideal stuff, if you want. Typically for those, if you open up your background, they have tables for like the packed bond ideal if you aren't sure of any off the top of your head. So feel free to use those tables for those if you want. Otherwise, yeah, feel free to write in.
Tables. Okay, background table. What?
So on your sheet, if you go to the main tab and open up Gladiator and scroll down to the bottom of that Gladiator window, it should have 4 tables for personality trait, ideal, bond, and flaw. And if you open up each of those tables, it'll allow you to roll, and then you can drag that text into the appropriate box on your notes tab. So like if you rolled like a 2 in the personality traits and we're fine with that, or if you just want to choose one from there, if you don't want to roll, if you want to look through them and pick what you feel like would fit your character.
So
you
sorry,
click
can
and
you
drag the
repeat
text.
that?
Yeah. For the personality traits ideal stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on your character sheet, go to your main tab and open up your background. So click on the shield next to your background. So in your case, soldier. And if you scroll down in that info window about the soldier background at the very bottom, you should see 4 tables. So table, soldier personality trait, ideal, bond, and flaw. And if you open those up, you can either roll on those tables if you want to let the dice pick, or if you want to just choose one, you can click and drag the text over into your sheet if you see one that you want. Or if you want to write your own, feel free to write your own. The tables are just there to help if you aren't sure or don't know what to go with.
Okay, thank you.
And I know Boz is Warlock. Let me double check that pack. Let's see. You were a Celestial. Okay. So I think with the adventuring gear, it doesn't look like there's like an overall pack, but if you click on that and it opens up that table, it looks like you can like pick stuff from that. It looks like, and you should be able to drag those like items in there. So like if you picked like orb for arcane focus or whatever you wanted to use for that, you should be able to click and drag orb into your sheet and then edit the name as you see fit. Yeah, I don't know why, but it looks like for some reason it doesn't have like a pack like some of the other stuff does. You gotta like drag the individual stuff. That's kind of weird.
Well, I get a choice between a Scholar's Pack or a Dungeoneer's Pack, and I keep trying to type in Dungeoneer's Pack, and under items, nothing's showing up.
Type pack, and then hit enter.
Yeah, type pack. It comes up with just pack. I see Dungeoneers and I see Scholars in there on a type pack. Looks like they're both from the PHB.
Oh yeah, that helped.
Sweet.
What's after class and level?
After class and level, hun, it's your inventory and your spells, and the other info about your character. So for your inventory, you'll want to open up your class. So go to classes and open up your particular class, and there should be a section in there for equipment. And once you find it, you can open up the items tab and just search for whatever you need and drag it into your inventory. It's kind of down near the bottom. Equipment, there you go. So yeah, choose whichever things you want out of that list. And it should. Yeah, and just drag and drop whichever one you choose into your inventory. There you go. All right. Looks like we're almost getting there with these.
Do we need charm person? Anybody else taking that? Or get that as like one of their things?
I know that Baza has friends, which is similar. Or he was mentioning earlier that he was going to grab friends.
Okay.
How do we do our hit points?
That's automatic at level 1.
Okay.
Yep. It should just be listed down at the bottom of your sheet. Looks like you got 13. You don't have any like spells or anything at level 1, right?
I don't get any of that till level 3.
Okay, didn't think so. Since as a fighter.
Just a butt ton of weapons.
Yeah.
You want scary ass elephant person.
Damn, 7'7". Jesus. Man, even as a Loxodon, it still like classifies your size as medium.
You're considered a size bigger for certain things, like for like, carrying people and stuff like that.
Okay. Interesting. That's cool. I don't think I've ever looked at that. What kind of unique features do you get here? You're good at smelling stuff? That's interesting. I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Well, yeah.
You got thick skin. Okay, cool. Oh, I see. Yeah, you count as a size larger when carrying stuff, pushing, dragging, lifting stuff. Okay. And you can grapple stuff with your, like, trunk?
I didn't see that. What? That's awesome.
Yeah, if you, under your abilities tab,
I
if you
better
look
read
under
that
trunk,
all the way.
yeah, it says you can grasp things with your trunk and you can use it as a snorkel.
Well, that would have been really handy in the other campaign.
So that'll help you as a fighter because you can grapple and your arms will be open.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Gonna kick some ass.
Damn, that's some dangerous shit right there.
Yeah, because usually grapple ties up your arms.
Oh, that's cool. So you can do like simple tasks. You can lift, drop, hold, push things, open, close doors, grapple people. You can even make an unarmed strike. You can fucking bitch slap some people with your trunk.
Oh, you know I'm gonna do that.
So it can't wield weapons or shields, and it can't do like manually precise stuff like using tools, but you can smack it around and grab stuff. That's pretty cool.
That's so awesome.
That's gonna be neat. I'm interested to see how that's gonna come into play.
Oh, I'm so excited about this.
Hey, sorry, I had to take care of something inside the house, so I'm still working on stuff.
Oh, no worries. Some other people are still working on stuff too. So, yeah, I think we just have a couple people finishing up like some spells or inventory, and then I think we'll be good to
I
kick off.
think I have my inventory filled out. I'm just needed to focus on spells, and that is getting confusing for me.
What are you looking for? Or what are you having trouble finding?
Well, I'm looking for Eldritch Blast, which is supposed to be one of my cantrips, but I can't freaking find it, and I still haven't rolled my AC.
Let me find it here. Oh, and be sure when you are adding spells to be adding the ones that have 5e effects coding next to them instead of like a name of a book, because the 5e effects coding will make sure they work properly. Here's Eldritch Blast. I'll drop it in here for you. Oops.
Is that an I thought that was an invocation, or is it a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
I don't know
that's-
anything about warlocks. I'm excited to play with one.
Okay, we should see Eldritch Blast in there now.
So I have a question. On my features, I have a fighting style. Is there a way to equip that, or do I just need to remember what my fighting style will do?
That's a good question. Let me take a look at what these do. It doesn't have any buttons for like an effect.
So I probably just need to remember.
Yeah, I think so.
What you can do, that's your fighting style. You could like put a custom line in your abilities section, like under something, and hit enter and put like dueling fighting style or something like that. That would help you. It wouldn't break anything.
Well, I have it written down on my notes.
That works. Curious if I have any Loxodon tokens.
It was really
Sure.
hard even finding an image on Google. There wasn't a lot. That wasn't like cards.
Damn, I do not have any Loxodon tokens.
Devin doesn't have any.
No, I don't see any in here.
Well, like no, okay, so there's some things, right? You can't use Loxodon. That's a Wizards of the Coast 5e copyrighted thing.
Oh.
But you can have Elephant Person, just like you can't do Star Wars. But I have like 200 Space Opera 5000 tokens.
Yeah, the only thing it's got for elephant is an elephant.
I swear there was some beast folk that had out.
I saw another name
Oh,
for
good.
them too. It was like Tusk something.
Let me search for that. Let's see. That is definitely not Loxodon.
Tusk folk.
Nope.
You're a Tusk folk.
No, you're Tusk folk.
Let's see what we got here. Those are all regular old animals.
Hey, quick man, if you need me to come down there and moon her to put her back in her place, you just let me know.
What?
Britt knows her place around me.
Yeah, I did not see anything under like beast or elephant or tusk or whatever. We'll have to see if we can find one somewhere out there. But for now, we got at least the pictures of people to have.
Her place is usually on the couch, like hanging out while I play video games.
It's true. After we go get donuts. We so did last Sunday. I was gonna come over at like 11. He texted me at 9. He's like, "Hey, you want to go get donuts?" Hell yeah.
Okay, so looks like that is all good. That's all good.
Moog, I will trust you to figure out a token for me.
Yeah, I'll see what I can find.
There's a good bit of cat folk. in
Okay,
there.
yeah, let's see here. What do we got for cat folks? Fantasies, Tabaxi, and cat folk. Zoom in here. What did you... X.
So under hybrids, in the hybrid section of Devon Knight Fantasy NPCs, They're called Mammoth Man.
Oh. Uh-huh.
There's also like some rhino ones, but yeah, Mammoth Man.
Okay. Pull up.
There's also a couple cat ones in that folder too, like meerkat body. Looks like it's a cat wearing a cloak, and it doesn't have like noticeable fur. Meerkat body 2 is what it's called. There's a couple meerkat ones in there besides the ones that are in Tabaxi and others. There's those ones that I'm seeing.
Okay. Let's see.
On the inventory equipment list, how do you put stuff in your backpack again? Do you just drag it onto the backpack?
There should be a little icon to the right that's either
it says
like carried or like in pack or something like that.
Oh, is it? Oh, I remember now. You just have to type it into location.
I like how the orcs are separated as orcs and pig-faced orcs in the token. Oh man, they really are pig-snouted orcs too. Wow.
Oh wow, yeah. Let's see, I don't think there's any. There's no Kalash Tower, but let's see what we got for Warlock.
Okay, I did these friend cantrip, which I'm supposed to have. Well, hold on, let me figure out what the hell else.
Friends cantrip? Let me see here.
No, I'm not sure if I want that one.
Oh, okay.
I'm having a hard time finding cantrips for a warlock. And it's like I'm level 0 spells, source, warlock, nothing showing up.
You have the PHB loaded, right? Maybe there's a book missing that's not loaded.
Yeah. No, it's all of it.
I see a ton of ones by filtering for like source warlock level 0.
Yeah, I do it outside of this game and I can find everything. It's just inside of it, nothing.
Okay. I think that's got one. That's got one. Let me look through. See if there's any decent ones that work for that. Maybe sorcerer.
Yeah, so having problems with this thing, because I'm a fiend warlock. I'm supposed to have special abilities granted at the first level, but I'm not freaking seeing it either.
Let me see.
Wait, no, I'm a celestial warlock. I'm a dumbass. Sorry. I found it. Never mind.
Okay.
Just
Sweet.
piss off. I'm sorry. It was right here in front of my face and I found it.
You're good. You're good. That's probably the most decent looking warlock token. See if any of these other spellcaster ones are okay. Oh wait, no, that actually looks more accurate to that picture you picked. Colors and all. Oh yeah. It's got the red. There we go. I don't know if you see it, but I just found a decent token that looks fairly similar to the picture you uploaded, Baza. You should see it at the top of your sheet. In the top right corner.
Alright, I'm just trying to plug everything in right now.
Oh, no worries. That's fine. Yeah, I'll let you keep doing your thing.
Do you have a vestigial tail? Oh my.
Yeah, I have a tail that just randomly sprouted out. I mean, I rolled
You stunned your spells now?
I think so.
inside of my
Looks like all you have
abilities.
left. Just remember when you drag spells to do the 5e coding ones.
So I'm like, what, 25?
Let me take a look at what you got here.
Oh god, I just saw my token. That's awesome.
Because first level clerics, that is like correct.
Okay, so this is how many slots you have. So you know 3 cantrips, but since you're a cleric, you technically know every single first level cleric spell.
Well, I know that.
You just only have certain ones prepared.
I know.
So how many spells you actually know should be listed under spellcasting.
Oh man. See, as a cleric, can you hear us, Riz? There's
Yeah.
just
I can
Okay.
hear you.
so as a cleric, you get the entire spell list every day. Like you can choose, you prepare a certain amount of spells based on the thing, but for your spells, you actually get to prepare from the entire cleric list every morning.
Yeah, I know.
What is
I
Awesome.
play a cleric in the other campaign mood runs.
what is your wisdom modifier?
My wisdom?
27.
Yeah.
27. My wisdom modifier is 3.
3. So you can prepare 4 first level spells. So you have 3 cantrips and 4 first level spells. So if you just want to deal with those right now, we can deal with getting the rest added and preparing stuff later. But for now, you know 4 first levels, 3 cantrips. So yeah, the ones you want will have the 5e effects coding listed next to it.
Well, it's just everything. Is there a way that I can like filter it just by
Alright.
cleric?
I'm trying to put in 25 for for my age, height 6'2", weight 200 pounds, and it's not letting me do it.
Say those numbers again. I can put them in.
Age 25, height 6'2", weight 200.
200. Okay. Boom.
I guess I'll
Alignment is, I would assume, since I'm a son of a trickster, goddess, chaotic, and then deity, I'll try to drag in a minute.
Okay. Cool.
Where do I find deities in all this list of stuff?
I'm not sure if those are...
I haven't found it in terms of adding it.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a place that can
You
be
can
dragged
make
from. You should be able to just
make a
type it in.
note.
You can just type in, like, Lyra.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
I think
a
I had to
sticky
type mine in.
Yeah. So, yeah, just go ahead and just type in Lyra. And if it doesn't let you type, I can type it in for you.
note. Oh, I should have kept my cleric page open.
Oh, here. Since I'm already looking at it, I'll just put Lyra in here for you. Oh, here, you got it. Oop. There you go. Sweet. See your spells.
Alright,
Sweet.
cool. I think that's everything that I'm supposed to have.
Sweet. Okay. And I think, Riz, we just have your spells, I think, left.
I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's all we have left. Actually, that works out kind of nice because we're about halfway through. So once that finishes, we can take a moment for bio if we need to, and then we can actually get going when we get back. So I guess, well, we have Riz finishing up her spells here. I guess if we want to go around and kind of tell a little bit about our characters, so we can get kind of introduced a little bit before we start. I guess, quick, if you want to start us off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Buffett, a wizard, Simic hybrid. So I am, for reasons, stuck with the
Hey,
one with
Rabanya.
the tail. And I'm not too
Welcome,
happy
Drake,
about
Fenerick,
it.
everyone.
I'm like a
There's
part-
two of us with
I'm
a tail here.
Right. So I've got like blue skin that almost looks like it's kind of scaly, but it's not. It almost is just a little bit of an odd texture.
Okay.
And my eyes are larger than a lot larger than what is normal for a Vidalcan or even most humanoids, and they're kind of spaced farther apart.
Okay.
And I, although you don't really see that beyond just the fact that the eye holes in the silver mask that I wear is covered, and it's a plague doctor mask.
Thanks for the
Then
follow,
I wear
Rabranya
those
Jingo,
to
everyone.
kind of hide what I look like, and I like exploding things with fire and building
All right.
stuff. Yes.
You know, I think technically everyone in this party has some kind of tail. Because Tabaxi has a tail, our Warlock has a vestigial tail, Tiefling has a tail, Loxodon probably has some kind of tiny tail because they're an elephant type person. And you said you have some kind of tail, Quick. I think we all got...
I don't have a tail.
Oh, I
I
must have
don't
missed...
want a tail. I mean, I guess I could have a tail. I have a tail, but it's a secret. None of you guys know about it. And it's really ugly. Like, it's like It's like 6 inches long and like it is peeling skin and like I hide it.
Will we ever see the tail at some point, or is that one of those mysteries that we'll solve later?
That's the big twist in like Act 5.
Yeah. It's just a scene of a tail. Yeah, I'm very creative, and then I'm very much like I'm an inventor, right? So,
Yeah.
I run around with schematics, and I love those. I will never admit that I'm wrong, and I'll be weird if you need to leave me alone. I'll just start being weird.
All right. Sounds good. All right. I guess let's do. What do you, Baza? How do you pronounce that name? It's like Mixtum Q or what?
Yeah, it's
You cut off, buddy.
Yeah, we just lost your audio.
Yep.
okay. It's Mixtum Q Liara, and my first name means mongrel. I'm half human, half celestial,
Okay.
so I prefer mix. But Quick's character insists on calling me Tum Tum, just to insult me.
I love it.
He was put on this earth to protect me, but I freaking hate him. Like, I'm all the time considering ways to off him, but I can't do it because I'm not allowed. And I'm not sure he likes me either.
I like it.
But anyway, I'm kind of young. I'm a warlock, and not sure if you heard that last part.
That last sentence we did and it cut off.
I said I'm the son of a trickster goddess, so I'm kind of crazy. And if you could, I can't do it by myself. For some reason, my ability scores got screwed up.
Let me take a
And
look.
my wisdom and charisma were supposed to be increased by 1, but they did not. At least,
I see they increased by 1 because your wisdom was 12 and your charisma was 15 and it's 13, 16 now. Or was it supposed to be 1 beyond that?
hold on, let me find it. I'm scrolling back through a bunch of crap. Oh no, yeah, it's supposed to be 15, 16. But for some reason it's 13, 16.
Oh, okay. Did it get like a boost from like your race or some other thing or something like that?
Yeah, it's supposed to be 15, 16.
Okay, I'll fix that for you. 15. Okay, that should be fixed for you now.
Thank you, sir.
Okie doke. All right, Jinku.
I am a Loxodon fighter. I come from kind of a fighter military family. Everybody in our family is a fighter. Like, we don't deviate from that. But I've kind of become an outcast to my family because I was interested in learning magic, and my family is very anti-magic. So when I was out on patrol with my group, which my leaders in that group were my 2 sisters, I was ditched. They just left me to fend for myself because they were embarrassed by me. So now I'm just kind of wandering, and I believe how's that, Boothfat or Boo whatever picked me up just along the way, let me follow along because I was interested in magic. Junku's also kind of a klutz, like trips over her own feet and stuff, which sometimes works really well in battle, but other times it just creates a mess, like a bull in a china shop.
All right.
Do you ever trip over your own trunk?
That is a personal question. Then I will not answer at this time.
Hey, we all have that problem, right, guys?
Just ask people how long their trunk is. Jesus.
Hey, how's your tail? Do you have a tail that's all peely and short?
All right. All right. Blossom, how about you?
All right, so my name is Blossoms in Summer, Blossom for short. I was born hairless, which is a rare genetic defect in my clan, and it's very, very frowned upon in my clan. So when I was really young, I don't remember what age, they sold me off to a coliseum. So I grew up in a fighting coliseum and became a gladiator, a barbarian gladiator, and eventually earned enough to buy my way out of that coliseum, and didn't really have anywhere to go or know anyone, did not know the way home, so I just started tagging along with these people, and they haven't, said get lost yet, so it's looking up and up for me.
All right.
Oh, I just want to hug you and give you a sweater.
All right, and Zara.
Also, no, besides my cloak, I am a nudist.
Yes.
So I'm Zyara. I am a tiefling trickery cleric. I worship the goddess Lyra, and I don't really talk about my past very much.
Oh, Riz,
Yeah.
go ahead and unmute your mic so it comes through for you directly so they can hear you better.
Okay.
There we go.
So I don't really talk about my past much. My parents were evil, I guess you could say, and I ran away from home at a young age and have basically been living on the streets of Waterdeep for a long time. I got involved in a few criminal organizations, and I largely like making money by doing tarot readings for people on the street and in bars, especially in bars because drunk people give up their money really easily. And I don't trust people very well, especially people that come out being nice right away because it's just suspicious to me. And I hope to make something of myself one day, but I kind of just assume that this is all I'm ever going to be.
All right.
It is, but you can help prop me up.
All right. Well, so with that, we are. Oh, go ahead and remute yourself. So with that, we are at pretty much the exact halfway mark right now. So we're going to take a quick bio break, and when we come back, we'll get into the meaty bits. Now that everybody's got their character all created, so we will be back in like 5-10 minutes. Okay. We're back. All right. Everybody's here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. Just want to make sure if I got into anything. All right. Let me make sure I can share this with y'all. Okay. Can you all see this map? I think I did that right.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set. Oh, okay. I'm going to go ahead and set the scene a little bit for us here, since Waterdeep's going to be our home for a while. So here we go. On the western shores of Faerun lies the city of Waterdeep, a place of business for many, opportunity for others, and called home by countless thousands, but all know it as the City of Splendor. Its history is old, older than the noble families that rule in the upper wards, older than Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale, older even than the Neverwinter Forest and the Great Plains that succumbed to the spell plague and calamity. It has persevered. Its history is contiguous. The city behind its high, white walls has never fallen. This is a hub of many races who make up the spanning castles, a city of spectrums, great wealth, oppressive poverty, festivals, fairs, crime, corruption, adventure, intrigue, and pampering and imbibing. A dichotomous city. Nobles of the North Ward who parade through the streets and throw elegant balls to flaunt their wealth. Just beyond the walls that divide them from the Field Ward, homes that hold 1,000 hungry mouths. Some of them old beggars, others children made orphans by a parent's vice or war, or both. Each of the 7 wards houses humans, tieflings, dwarves, half-orcs, elves, dragonborn, and half another world of creatures. Merchants can be heard calling out the contents of their stalls in the trades ward. Smells of freshly caught fish, ripe fruits, and spices brought in by traders who travel over the Sea of Swords. The streets of the castle ward are pristine, patrolled by guards who don colorful and exquisite armor, statues that act as street signs pointing towards the courthouse, local theaters, or the king's extravagant castle. Just beyond the crimeless castle ward is the sea ward, home of a dozen religions with gaudy temples, some built of stone, others carved straight into massive statues the size of titans that loom over the city of Waterdeep. Their features sometimes disappear into the sky when the clouds hang low or when a fresh morning fog rolls in on the sea. They've been still for so long that houses have begun to appear near, around, and on them. At one time, their names were known and their history told often, but the city is old, and with time, the people have lost those stories. In the dock ward, amidst the sea foam and the smell of salt water, raucous laughter or murderous shouting, sometimes it's hard to tell the difference, can be heard from behind brightly lit tavern windows. Salty dogs partake in bouts of violence, for brawls go hand in hand with hard liquor, and liquor flows like water there. The dark alleys that pepper this ward are the hunting grounds for cutthroats, a busy harbor, a playing field for a thief with sticky fingers. Nobles avoid this place, as much for the general smell as the inherent danger, like a lamb wandering into a pack of wolves. The great graveyard, the city of the dead, sits in the eastern portion. It houses countless dead from 7 generations past. Walls have been erected around it, guards patrol it in case any upstart necromancer looks for flesh for his dark magics. No dead wander about it, but it is but a large graveyard, and that doesn't stop the children from telling ghost stories or daring each other to sneak in and stay the night. Childish things, the adults will say, but even a grown man is superstitious enough he wouldn't partake in any dare of that sort. And on the southern side of the city looms Mount Waterdeep, a natural landmark that sweetens an already beautiful city. Its peak will be white-capped come at the end of the year, but now, in the spring, it catches the morning first sun and glows like a beacon. It once housed the original denizens that started the city of Waterdeep. Tunnels and mines run through its core, but it's been long since abandoned. Or so the city thought. There's been rumblings in the dark, sounds from the old mines, a patrol disappearing here or there. Some say it's a troll, perhaps underdark creatures striking in the night. Others rumored that a mage took residence there and experimented on things better left untouched and went mad. Some say you can still hear his laughter echoing off the mountainside. But that is a story for another time. This story has more humble beginnings. We start our adventure in the warmth of the yawning portal inn. 5 unlikely friends find themselves, as they say, in the right place at the wrong time. So you 5 find yourself walking into the yawning portal inn. In your travels here in Waterdeep, as you've arrived, you've been looking for odd jobs, things to keep you occupied as you're in your time here. And you've heard word that there's a contact here in the yawning portal that has some information for you, information about a possible job that may be of interest. So, you know this person that you're looking for is a half-orc by the name of Yagra, and you know that she tends to hang around the yawning portal. And as you step in, all 5 of you pull up to a sturdy wooden table lit by brightly burning candles and littered with some tankards from the previous group that had been sitting there. And the bar is filled with the sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing songs off key, and a bard over in the other corner strums on a kind of out of tune 3-stringed harp. So, as you sit here looking for Yagra, what are the 5 of you up to here at this table?
Mix is going to look at Booth and say, "Vet." You heard me, Vet. I won't say your full name. I'll say the simple part. Vet. Find our contact.
Do you think just because we're in Waterdeep, you can order me around? You find our contact, upstart. Run along now.
Well, what else am I supposed to do? I don't know how to find a contact. I assumed you did.
Well, it's a half-orc. Don't you know what one of those looks like? I know we've been through this. Mix.
Mix! You haven't called me that in years. Are you growing soft, old man?
Maybe. I think over there, that one looks like a half-orc, doesn't it?
I see a hairless cat thing. Maybe we should talk to it.
That's on you, my friend. That thing frightens.
Well, there's that, and I'm not sure what it is, but it has a trunk. All of it is peculiar. Maybe we should talk to both. Which do you recommend?
Well, the one with the trunk has been following us for a while. I've been reminding you of her name for days. You gotta pay more attention, Mix.
That's really rude. I've been with you for quite some time.
Technically, all of you have been together for a little while.
Jen. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I've been drinking a lot these last few days.
Clearly.
Well, I've been drinking so much I blacked out. And I'm so sorry, Jen. I remember now. You can smack me if you want to.
Another time, another place.
Oh, I gladly take him up and I smack him.
All right.
Sayara
What?
is just laughing to herself while
Like
she looks at her
open-handed.
cards.
Yeah, it's like a tap on the head, that's all.
Love taps.
That you vile. What a. Oh.
So as you've been, waiting here, kind of discussing amongst yourselves at this table, you've noticed Dernan, the tavern keeper here at the Yawning Portal. He noticed you when you came in and had, come over and taken your orders and headed back over to the bar. And he had known, or he had heard that you were looking to stop by and were looking for Yagra. And while you were conversing, you see out of the corner of your eye that he'd kind of wandered off to another corner of the Yawning Portal and gotten the attention of Yagra, who has been making her way through the various drunken crowds over to you. So, in the midst of your conversation, you see this kind of large half-orc female walk up to your table and kind of slap a fist down and kind of look you people over and kind of turn to, kind of looking back and forth across all of you, goes, "You're the ones looking for the job, right?"
Yep.
Yes. But. There's this hairless feline thing that's been following us. Do you know what it is?
I thought you would know. He's sitting at your table. Is he not with you?
He is with us. You
How
see,
much
this
have
one
you been
just has
drinking?
A horrible memory.
And I am a tabaxi.
Yes.
Makes us-
Forgive my friend here. He's just a tad confused, and I'll pat Mix on the back, and it looks really friendly. Mix, it's hard. I mean, I'm not very strong, but it's definitely harder than friendly. And I'll look at what's the orc's name again? Sorry.
Yagra.
I'll look at Yagra and say, yes. Sorry, that's us looking for a job. Correct.
So she kind of looks from side to side a little sheepishly and says, "Well, the job is not mine to give. In truth, I have my own contact who's the one with the job. I'm actually supposed to be meeting him here. And I haven't seen him show up yet." And as she's just finishing this sentence, kind of out from the booth behind you, you hear a man shout, "You pig! You like killing me mates, does ya?" And with a flying fist punch, socks Yagra across the face. And him and several other, looks to be human compatriots, pile on, and Yagra kind of steps away, reeling from the table, and a brawl begins to break out nearby, and the other patrons, kind of in their drunken stupor, start to gather around. As they're pounding each other, the crowd kind of closes you off from them. Let me get this set up here. Quick, how do I get people's tokens here on the maps?
So you want to click and drag everybody into the combat tracker.
Okay.
By using, you do it from their sheet, or I think you can do it from the top left, and then you'll click and drag from the combat tracker to the map.
Okay. So you are all... Oops. This doesn't quite fit right, but you're all at this booth over here. Oh wait, can you see yourselves?
Yes.
Okay, you can
Yep.
see yourselves. Okay, let me get the other people added here. All right, so Yagra.
But why don't you take care of this for me? You're a butt, so you should do what a butt should do.
I will polymorph you into a lizard someday.
Oops.
You wish you could. Let's fight.
Hold on. I gotta add these into the. Okay. So for the other people, same sort of thing. I drag them into the combat tracker and then drag their tokens on, right? From the combat tracker.
For the enemies?
Yeah. Oh, well, Yagra's not an
Oh.
enemy, but the other
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, or like sometimes it'll say encounter and you can click on the encounter thing and it'll have like the sheet that has everything that's in the encounter and there's a little button at the bottom that's like a down arrow and you click that and it'll throw everything on from that encounter.
Oh, I see. Well, I already added like half of them, so if there's like multiples of a certain thing, do I have to like drag that into the combat sheet like multiple times for each one?
What do you mean?
So like for instance,
Like if
there's
like 4 guards or something?
yeah.
Yeah, you have to drag them in there and it'll name them, guard 1, guard 2, guard 3 or whatever.
Okay. Oh, I think I have that numbering thing on. Whoops. Okay, so that is him for and ignore the numbers. I think I have a random number setting on. There's not actually 11 of them. All right. So between you and this group, there's kind of a crowd of these drunken patrons around, cheering, taking bets, as you do at a bar brawl, and you can hear the sounds of Yagra and someone just getting wailed on with fists through this crowd. You can't quite see. Every once in a while, you kind of see her head and maybe like an arm pop up. You just hear a lot of like lovely fist noises going on. So you're all sitting here at the table as this brawl is happening about, looks like 10, 15 feet away from you through a crowd of people. What do y'all do?
I'll elbow mix and then turn to Jinku and say, well, shit we got to do for work, and like turn to join the fray, at least to defend our con.
Okay. Go ahead and roll initiative, everyone, and we'll get this all in here.
Mix will look at butts and go, boot vet, butt head, fight these while I run.
Blossom like combat.
All right, so it looks like Jinku, looks like you're up first here. You're the first to react to this brawl. Looks like it's already been going for about half a minute or a minute or so. They've been punching each other over through this crowd. What are you gonna do as you're sitting here at the table as this broke out?
I will go to the closest person to me and just kind of like push them away from our contact.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of try to push through the crowd of drunken idiots.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you kind of push through this crowd, and you kind of tower over most of them, being 7'7", So you kind of get a pretty clear view of what's happening as you see that Yagra has this, what looks to be some kind of bandit, pinned under herself, and she's just raining blows on this guy. He does not look so great. And you see a couple other similarly dressed people as the guy being pinned under Yagra, kind of still standing nearby. They've got like their fists at the ready, but they haven't jumped in. They're kind of trying to keep the other patrons back a little bit, but trying to keep kind of a close ring around these two in the middle that are going at it. Do you do anything else once you kind of see this and make your way through the patrons here?
I think I'll just be ready to probably like punch one of them if they start walking towards Yagra.
Okay. All right. Are you doing anything else on your turn? Okay, I see. You just passed it. All right. So this bandit here on this corner here, he continues kind of watching this fight. Every once in a while, kind of roughly shoving back any patrons that are trying to kind of wobble their way into the mix. Kind of shouting obscenities at Yagra, continuing to call her a pig, and continuing to berate her for killing friends of theirs. But he doesn't really take any other particular action to attack. He continues to kind of hold the line here. That brings us to Blossom.
All right. Well, this has been going on. Blossom's kind of been hunching down. My eyes have gotten kind of wider. I'm going into like stalking mode.
All right.
So I'm real excited for a fight here. And then Blossom's gonna Blossom's gonna move forward there.
Okay. Are you doing anything else besides getting through the various drunken patrons?
And get through the drunken patrons, and I'm going to swing my great axe here at bandit number 5.
All right. Well, it looks like you didn't have him targeted, but that misses. So as you've been pushing through these patrons here, you raise your axe up, try to take a chop at this guy, and get bumped by this kind of looks like 60-year-old gentleman with a tankard. He kind of bumps into your side and kind of mumbles something, kind of throwing you off there, and your axe misses the bandit and kind of crunches into a chair, kind of leaving a nice little chunk out of it. But other than that, no damage comes to the bandit. Anything else on your turn?
I want to slap that drunkard with my tail.
All right. All right. So this drunkard that bumped you, you kind of deftly kind of whipped your hindquarters around and give him a good little slap on the back of his legs with your tail. He yelps a little bit and, kind of off balance from how much he's drunk. He kind of falls over backwards and lands on his ass, kind of looking a bit silly to himself. And he kind of struggles to get back up, but he's on the ground on his butt. He gave him a little bit of shame there.
All right, that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. Zara.
actually seems a little annoyed that there's a bar fight going on. She wasn't really planning on getting into any fights right now. I think she is going to actually cast Minor Illusion. I'm trying to remember how to do any of this.
So for casting, I don't think Minor Illusion has a roll, really. Does it?
No, but don't I have to, like, target?
That's like Minor Illusion is a very open-ended, largely I believe it's like, as far as it reads, it's pretty GM discretionary.
Yeah,
like you can kind of roll. Like I've always just like had the NPC roll against the illusion after it's described. I don't know how you do it, however you want it.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me. So yeah, it's like, what are you making an illusion of? And I'll have, if anybody tries to check it out, we'll see how that rolls. But what are you losing?
I was going to cast it basically like right on top of one of the bandits beating up on Yagra, and just have like it be the like loudest, shrillest screaming noise I can possibly create.
Okay.
Distract them.
Okay. Let me take a look at that spell here. Okay. So you cast this illusion. Are you still just like sitting in your booth as you cast this? Kind of not getting involved?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. So you cast this spell, and this kind of loud shriek erupts. Was it between, like, which bandit was this next to? Like 11 or 5 or one of those ones, right?
Probably 11.
Okay. So, and you said like right kind of in front of him, between him and like Yagra?
Kind of, yeah. It would be like, yeah, like around him. It has like, I can cast it within a 30 feet range, but the actual illusion only has a 5-foot cube.
Okay. All right. So yeah, this loud scream erupts out in front of this bandit here, and he and pretty much everyone right around here kind of quickly claps their hands to their ears and kind of takes a step back, kind of shocked by this sudden burst of extremely loud noise among the already fairly loud noise of the tavern brawl. And it's enough that, as Yagra kind of raises her hand up to her hand, it's enough to let the bandit under her finally kind of wriggle free a little bit from under her punches. And he is not looking good at all. He is looking pretty terrible. And is that the end of your turn, Zara? Is this that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So Yagra, this bandit that was under her has kind of wriggled his way out, and she sees that he's looking pretty terrible, and not really all there. She wailed on him pretty hard. She actually turns around and she takes a swing at this bandit behind her here. Oops. Quick, how do I roll attacks and stuff for NPCs and things in the combat tracker? Because like I see it like lists like their actions here.
Yeah, and then you hover when you can drag a thing. It'll highlight as you hover over it, so it'll say like attack +5, and you click that attack +5. You click and drag it onto whatever you're attacking, and it'll roll. It should roll.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there you go.
All right. So Yagra takes a swing. She kind of pulls a mace off of her belt and kind of tries to smack this bandit with like the butt of the mace on his shoulder here. Roll the damage. There we go. All right, so she gets a pretty good smack, like right in his shoulder, and he kind of reels back, kind of wincing in pain, holding his shoulder. Looks like she may have, either dislocated or near dislocated it. He's holding it pretty tightly. And that brings us to Mix.
Mix is going to throw off his spell Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
And
You cut out, but
he's
and again.
Booth White. He's got
Yeah.
high behind him.
Gonna hide behind me like a little cow.
Okay. Yeah, I see you moved over to the other booth there. Okay. All right. Is that all you do on your turn, Mix? Nope, I don't think I caught that. I don't think it picked you up at all that time.
That is all I can do. So
That's all you-
yes, that's my
okay.
turn.
All right. Booth.
All right. I'll cast Toll of the Dead on not the one that's really beat up, but the one that got hit there by Yagra. I'll do that. I'll stand up on the table, like I'll move and climb up so I can kind of look over the crowd and then cast.
Okay. So Bandit 4.
Okay.
All right. So you stand up on this table to... Oh, wait. No, that does still do damage. What does that save for Toll of the Dead do? Does that just decrease the damage they take?
No, he failed.
Oh, he
so
failed.
I
I'm
get
sorry.
to
I read
do-
that wrong.
Yeah, I get to do damage. The Toll of the Dead, the way it works is if he's taken damage, so he takes a D12. If he hasn't, he
Oh.
takes a D.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, cool. All right. What does your Toll of the Dead sound like? Is it a little bell, or how does Booth's Toll of the Dead sound or look like?
Yeah, it's a bell, but it's necrotic, so it's kind of a warped, wibbly wobbly sound that makes you cringe a little, and then drains them of life. The target that hears it. I imagine it's only the person that I do it to that hears it. Everyone else just sees me ringing this bell, but the target hears it and it drains.
Okay, cool. I like it. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's my turn.
So it looks like you're waving a broken bell to us.
Polar Express style.
All right. So that brings us to Bandit 11 here. So he, seeing that several of you have gotten up and kind of pushed your way through the fray, and some of you seem to be doing some other business, and there was the sound that came out right in front of him here. It doesn't look like they were expecting someone else to jump in on this. So he actually moves to... Like, he moves towards his friend here that's very sorely beat up, and tries to assist him moving away, since this other bandit's turn is next. So they're both going to try to move together, kind of right around the edge of the hole here. As he's moving away from, looks like you, Jinku, and you, Blossoms, you both get attacks of opportunity against Bandit 11. So if you want to target 11 and take that attack of opportunity, you may. Do either of you take a swing at him? Okay, Jinku, I see you're swinging with your axe. Okay, that hits. You managed to catch him as he's moving out of your range. Okay, he actually does not make it to his friend then. Should have rolled that first. This bandit goes down, the first kill of Dragon Heist. How does that look, Jinku? As he's running away from you with your hand axe.
So I just like fling that thing, and it just lodges right between his eyes and his forehead, and it just falls backwards.
Right, and he was actually moving, towards the edge of the beyonding portal here to get his friend. He actually just falls backwards down the portal. Like, you sock him right between the eyes, and he's just gone over the edge. God knows how far down. He's out of here.
People have to pay a gold for that, buddy.
Let's see. How do I remove you? How do I remove?
So once they're damaged down to 0 and they're dying, you'll see on the token that there's a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, you click that twice and it'll delete them on the right. Not on the token, sorry. I mean on the combat tracker. To the right of him. Or you can just right-click delete him off the combat tracker, too.
Oh, there we go. That works. Boom. He gone. Alright, so... Krenz, this bandit that had wriggled his way out from under Yagra, he tries to move away as well. He didn't want to get in this big of a row. Bandit 4, who had taken some hits from Yagra and from you, Booth, he also moves to run away, trying to assist his friend. Yagra's going to try to take a swing at him as he moves. Let me open her back up here. And hits. Dang, alright. She takes out this other bandit. These guys are going down.
These bandits are weak.
Alright, delete him. Alright. And Guild Bandit 5, he's seen 2 of his friends go down here. He is also going to try to run to help this seeming leader of theirs that had been getting beat up. Blossom, you get an attack of opportunity on this guy as he tries to run away. Do you want to take a smack at him?
Absolutely.
Alright, go ahead and target Bandit 5. That hits. Alright. So you get a real good smack in on him with this great axe. And he kind of reels off balance a little bit as you smack that into him, but he still manages to step away. And he makes it over to his friend over here along the edge. And we'll get back around to the top. Alright, so that brings us to Guild Bandit 7, it looks like. He also moves to run away. So you see 5, 10, 15, 20. He kind of pushes his way through the patrons and among the tables, kind of heading towards the door over here. Yagra, she is pissed that these guys had attacked her in the middle of this bar, especially as she was trying to work out with you guys, or work out something with you guys here. She takes off after these bandits, tries to take a hit at bandit number 5 here, and misses, dodging between the patrons here. Guild Bandit 5, he is almost kind of pulling along their leader here, because he is not looking so good. And he pulls along, kind of assisting him walking farther away this way towards the door, which brings us to Booth.
So seeing that they're kind of taking off, I'll turn to Mix and I'll say, well, the guards will take care of it from here, I think. What of them Yagra leaves anyway. Let's say we sit down and finish our drink. And I'll just kind of plop down on the table and grab my drink and take a swig of it. That's my turn.
Okay. Jinku?
I mean, Jinku is all pumped up, but she also knows that there's no point in running after these guys, so she's just gonna sit down and grab her drink too.
Okay. Alright, that brings us to Cramps, who continues to move, kind of assisting his other friend here towards the door. His friend that's kind of helping him move along, they're both kind of over each other's shoulders here. Kind of shouts back at Yagra, "You'll pay for this, you bitch!" And they keep moving towards the door here. Which brings us to Zayara.
Well, Zayara, who hasn't moved from her spot at all, just continues to sit in the booth because she doesn't see the point of this battle. And she agrees with Booth and is just gonna sit in the booth and have her drink.
All right. Mix?
Mix is gonna take the easy shot. Mix is gonna take an easy shot, number 7, and just throw it.
Nice, that hits. All right. How does your Eldritch Blast look?
It looks like a giant. It looks like a giant bolt of energy that surges out of my body and just like smacks into him. It's like a giant crossbow bolt.
All right. So this kind of bolt of energy kind of weaves its way among the various drunken patrons and manages to strike this guy running off in the distance. Kind of hits him square in the back. He kind of stumbles forward in the midst of his moving away. He kind of stumbles into a chair that was at a table he was standing next to. From the force of this hitting him, takes a good bit of damage. Anything else, Mix?
That's it.
All right. Blossom.
Blossom's kind of gotta look at the group confused and look at the running bandits and look back at the group, back at bandits. Can't understand why we're not fighting. And
You move at all or do anything else on your turn here, seeing that, or
Trying to see if I can catch up to the bandit.
I don't think so. I think you can get close, but not quite.
And yeah, Blossom will just go back to the table, confused.
Confused? Alright. Alright. So, with you all sitting back down at the table, this heavily wounded bandit that Yager had been wailing on and his other various states of injured friends, they managed to stumble their way out of the tavern, continuing to hurl a few insults at Yager as they leave. And Yagra is also kind of leaning up against this table here that she's standing next to, kind of trying to catch her breath from this kind of brawl that broke out. But the others managed to get out of the tavern. And Yagra makes her way back over to you all at the table here. Still kind of breathing heavily, maybe kind of wiping a little bit of blood spatters off of her shirt from where she had hit Kremps a few good times in the face and gotten a little bit of a nosebleed coming on there.
So, friends of yours?
There's a bit of some underworld action trouble going on in Waterdeep right now that, might be best to keep aware of, to not get yourself involved in. The Gentarim gang is having a bit of a clash with the Xanathar's gang right now. And very long story, but the group I'm a part of is a little mixed up in it, and we've taken out a few of them now and then. They don't like me too much.
What group is that you're a part of?
She kind of looks back and forth and kind of thinks for a moment. She's like, kind of an offshoot of the Zents. Call ourselves the Doom Raiders. But we don't really like the way the leadership has gone with the Zentarim in recent months here in Waterdeep, and there's not very many of us, but we kind of decided to do our own thing instead of going with the new guard.
All right.
Well, all right. Let's
So as this,
let's follow you to the next area where we could do some good.
well, we're still waiting for my contact to show up here. He's supposed to be meeting us, and I'll go check with the barkeep to see if Durnan knows anything else about when he might be showing up. So Yager heads off across the tavern here to go talk to Durnan. And this crowd of kind of drunken onlookers that had been, gathered around this impromptu brawl fight, they all kind of go back to, milling around the various tables they were. And you can see over, let me pull this up here. Oop. Over across the other side of the portal. So the yawning portal in the middle of this tavern, this is namesake. This portal leads down into the infamous Undermountain area of Waterdeep, which is a very dangerous place. And it has a kind of a platform that sticks out over it with, kind of an overhanging crane of sorts and a platform that can be lowered for adventurous that want to go down there and try their luck at the various dangers and treasures that might lurk below. So you see over across, kind of near where the steps going up to this platform are located, there is a group of kind of younger drunks, and you see them all kind of excitedly kind of patting one of their friends on the back as he kind of steps up these stairs onto this platform, and they all start chanting, "Dip, dip, 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 dip." And this young man, who is obviously a bit drunk, he takes a big swig of his beer and slaps a gold piece down on the table and kind of nods it over towards Durnan's direction. And Durnan reaches under the bar and pulls out a little bell and walks over and hands the bell to this young drunken man. And the other people all cheer, kind of raising their glasses in the air, continuing, "Dip, dip, dip, dip." And he starts stripping off his weapons and armor. You see him kind of laying them on the chair next to him. He strips all the way down to his undergarments and walks out on this wooden platform. And a cable gets lowered a little bit from above with the looped end to stand on. Takes another chug of his beer and kind of holds his mug out over the portal and drops it. And the mug disappears into the darkness in the middle of this. And the other patrons, start cheering and clapping and raising their beer. And he starts being lowered. And as he's getting lowered, they kind of begin to take up a bit of a chant here, which goes, "Deep and dark and down below, where only fools and braggarts go, where monster roam and dangers mortal, few survive the yawning portal. Stand your ground or ring the bell, and hope you make it up the well." And they all kind of drunkenly sing this song as this young man's being lowered down into this. Do you do anything as you're seeing this display going on? This guy's disappearing into the darkness.
Jinku's kind of bobbing her head along to the song.
All right.
I was on the table, so I'll just stand up again and join in with that.
All right.
Sure.
All right. So as soon as this guy's a decent bit below the lip of the well, some of his friends and some of the other patrons nearby kind of start shouting out bets. "I'll bet a silver he's ringing that bell before he hits the bottom." And another one, "I bet 2 copper he stays down 3 minutes and comes up with the cup." And more betting goes on. They're all tossing out their various bets as how long this guy is going to make it down there. Do you participate at all in these bets?
Sayara doesn't bet, but she's taken her tarot cards out
Okay.
and did a pretty basic 3-card spread, and she's just shaking her head, and it doesn't look good for him. The main card is an upside down tower card, which predicts disaster.
All right.
Do you tell us that
Mix.
at all, or are you just kind of looking at it to yourself?
You can tell by the look on my face that it's not good. If you ask me what the cards say, I would tell you.
Mix is gonna jump up and scream, "5 gold! He never comes up!"
All right. So after a minute or so, the rope that's been kind of steadily lowering down in this hole stops, which means that he made it to the bottom, and the tavern suddenly gets very, very quiet. And you can hear a few of these drunken patrons making some unhappy grunts and exchanging coins from the people that bet he wouldn't even make it to the bottom. And another minute passes, and you see the rope kind of moving a little bit here and there. 2 minutes pass, 3 minutes pass, and then you kind of hear in the distance the sound of this bell echoing distantly up the hole. And this rope begins to be pulled up. And after, you know, a minute or so of this being pulled up here, he emerges from the darkness, one hand holding the rope and the bell, and the other hand holding the tankard that he dropped down there up triumphantly. And the drunken crowd nearby, there's yells of joy and defeat, depending on what they had betted towards this. And when he's about 10 or 20 feet away from the top, do y'all want to roll a perception check for me here? All right. Well, that's high enough that that all passes as a group. So as he's getting up towards the top, you hear and start to see some kind of movement in the darkness on the side of this well, and the form of a troll solidifies as it's climbing quickly up the shaft. And this drunken crowd, they start yelling and pointing. And the man on the rope, he's too elated to understand or really even notice. He's just still like, woo! You know, made it. And as he's about 10 feet below the platform, this troll reaches out from the side, catches him with his arm, and yanks him down. And basically yanks him off the rope and throws him careening down into the darkness. And you hear him kind of screaming as he falls down this hole. And this troll continues climbing up and makes it up to the top, kind of clambering over the edge here. Let me just add these in.
I told you, disaster.
Maybe he'll land on that dead guy that I sent down there. Soft landing.
Oop. Hold on, let me get these added in here. So you see as this troll kind of climbs up over the edge that Durnan over behind the bar quickly reaches under the bar and grabs this massive great sword has been under the bar this whole time, and vaults over the bar top and yells, "Troll, any help gets a free round on me!" Let me add him in here. Ooh, Durnan is not hostile, he is friendly. I heard that. Durnan voice line. Alright, where is everybody? There's the troll. And attached, you see as this troll comes up, its back is kind of writhing strangely. There's like a whole probably 6 or 7 sturges that are just like attached to this troll's back, kind of sucking off its back like gross, weird mosquitoes. And 3 of them are kind of flying freely above him here. Most of the drunken tavern patrons that were nearby are all kind of fleeing in terror, running towards the corners of the bar as this troll comes up with these kind of weird little mosquito-looking sturges kind of floating around it. And the first sturge Oops. Oh, looks like Booth, you are up first. As this troll is climbing up here and Durnan's vaulting towards it on the other side of the portal.
So as I stand up,
It looks like it. I started a new turn and it re-rolled initiative. It looks like everybody did, or it did automatically. So we'll just go with that.
I'll stand up on the table and I'll say down to it's Zyara or Valara. Okay, Zyara. I'll say I don't think we can sit this one out, friend. And then I'll run and kind of jump off the table until I'm a little closer and cast Chaos Bolt at the troll.
Okay.
Slick. Nice. Okay, so
Very nice.
the way this works is I choose one of the damage die, and that's the damage type that they take.
Interesting. Whoa. Whoa!
So
24 damage at level 1.
3.
Hot damn.
So I'll do like cold damage.
Okay.
If I roll the same number on both d8s, and it looks like okay, never mind. Sorry, that's my turn.
Damn. That looks nice. So as this bolt hits the back of this troll as it's facing away from you from crawling up this, the other sturges that were on its back, which all just look really fat with the blood they've been sucking out of this troll, they all kind of are started off of its back and they fly back down into the portal. These like 6 or 7 sturges that were just kind of full of troll blood, and they leave. The other 3 that weren't attached to the troll, they're still up in the air, but the ones that were on his back, they kind of drop off down the hole. Which brings us to Jinku.
I am going to dash across the bar so I can get within melee range.
All right. That was that taking into account that you have to go around the portal?
Yes, I mapped it all out.
Okay, cool. All right, Blossom.
That's as far as I can move, so that's my turn.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to Durnan. So Durnan runs up at this troll. I love the Durnan voice lines quick. That's great. So he takes a swing with this just massive great sword that he's holding. And swings 4 times at this troll. Manages to hit it twice with its 4 hits. Oh, god damn it, I forgot to target the troll. I'm an idiot. I'll manually apply that damage. 1 second. 24, 34, 37. 51. Okay, there we go. So he swings wildly 4 times at this troll with this sword. It's a sight to behold. Like, you wouldn't think it looked like Durnan's not a small guy, but you can tell he's kind of an older guy. It's kind of hard to tell how old he is, but he's definitely not young. But the vigor with which this guy smacks up this troll with this sword is just astounding. And takes some nice big chunks out of him. Which brings us to Yagra, who is still nearby. She jumps into the fray. And she actually runs over to hit one of these sturges here. And she takes a swing with her mace. Gets a critical hit on that sturge. Instantly just splats this little weird bug. Just gone.
Nice.
Alright. Delete that one. Delete. Mix.
Mix is gonna run up behind Butt and cast Eldritch on the troll.
Alright. Alright. So your Eldritch Blast bolt arcs across the open portal in the middle of this room here, striking it, and it kind of jolts a little bit as this rockets into him, doing a little damage here. Which brings us to Sturge number 1. So Sturge number 1 sees this big, juicy Loxodon nearby, and flies over, and you see this little... It's not very large. Sturges are tiny, but they're still creepy looking little fuckers. And he kind of swoops down and kind of tries to land on top of your head and tries to drain some blood out of you, Jinku. Doing 7 piercing damage as it does so. The troll is not too happy with Durnan. He takes a swing with his claws at Durnan. Hits. Doing a nice big slash into Durnan's arm here. Which brings us to Zyara.
So I'm gonna move to the edge of the portal, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on the troll.
Okay.
How do I target it?
So if you, in the combat tracker, if you don't have that open, yeah, there you go. Control click on the troll. There you go. Now he's targeted. And now we'll do cast. And we'll see if that hits. Okay, cool. And then roll damage under that spell.
Just click this?
Yep, click that. Very nice.
And then there's an effect on that, too.
Yeah, there should be an effect as well. So if you click on effect, that should apply that effect to the troll.
Yep. Basically, the effect is my next turn, assuming he's still alive, I would have advantage on him.
No, anybody does.
Anybody does.
The next attack does, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sorry. I misread it. It says before the end of my next turn,
Yep.
anyone has advantage. Okay.
Yep, that's a really nice spell to help out the whole party there. All right, Sturge number 5. It flies across the portal here. And it tries to... Oop. Is it working? There we go. And it swoops down at you, Zyara, trying to suck some blood out of you like the little bitch mosquito it is. Doing 5 piercing damage
Ow.
as it pokes into your arm and takes a good sip of you. back to the top, which brings us to Mix.
Mix is gonna go after the troll again.
All right.
He's kind of focused.
Very nice. That Eldritch Bolt hits true. Roll the damage on that. All right. So again, your Eldritch Bolt flashes out across this portal, lighting up the edges of this dark hole, and zaps into the back of this troll, taking a little bit more damage off of it. All right, this Sturge, having taken a nice sip out of you, Jinku, turns and decides to take a sip out of Durnan as well. Tries to fly over to him, and Durnan definitely dodges out of the way. This isn't the first time he's seen these little buggers. Which brings us to Zyara.
I'm going to target the stupid little blood bat.
Okay.
Assuming I can figure this out.
So if you control-click on the troll to take off your targeting of the troll, and then control-click on Sturge 5. There you go. Yep.
And I'm going to try and cast Sacred Flame.
Cool.
Oh.
That sadly does not hit. Your flame fizzles out.
It's because of all the blood I lost. I'm pretty weak at the moment.
Yeah. So that brings us to Jinku.
Oh, Jinku's pissed. She does not like bugs, especially when they bite her. So she is gonna just try to whack that thing with her flail.
Flail away. That hits. That hits hard. That Sturge just... It's gone.
That's what you get, you little sucking bitch.
Love it. Alright, Blossom. You're around the bottom of this portal. You got the troll over there. You got the Sturge over here with some of your other friends. What are you going to do? You still there, Viz? I think we lost. Oh,
No,
there, no.
no, I'm still here.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Yeah, made my way around the portal finally.
Sweet.
And I think that is... Am I in attacking distance of this troll, or?
Yeah, looks like you are. You should be able to hit it from there with your great axe. Go ahead and take a swing.
Then I will attack.
And that unfortunately misses. Your great axe kind of clangs against the hard ancient stone of the side of this portal. And it swings past this troll that manages to dodge backwards. Alright. Booth.
I'll cast Toll of the Dead on this Sturge in front.
Alright. That succeeds.
I'm a failure.
Oh, wait. I keep reading that backwards.
I do it too. I get it. I'm a failure. Yep.
Alright. Alright, Sturge, 5. It is going to try to swing down at you, Booth.
You pissed it off.
You pissed it off. And it'll try to drain some blood out of your head. That hits. Dealing 5 piercing damage. Taking a real good sip out of you, Booth. Which brings us to the troll. So this troll kind of moves a little farther down. Takes another attack at Durnan here. Manages to hit. And lashes out with its claws, dealing 9 damage to him. Durnan, he reacts to this, and with a shout, takes another 4 swings with this sword. Again, just astonishing. Oh shit, let me actually target this time. Target we control. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them hit, nice. And 1 is a crit.
Nice.
That troll is dead. Durnan just lops the head off this thing and kind of lifts up his foot and just kicks that thing, or what's left of it at least, back down the hole. That troll is gone.
Sparta kicks him into the pit.
Exactly. He Sparta kicks that motherfucker.
Jinko yells, "Hey, I wanted to kill the bastard."
Durnan kind of turns to you at this, says, "Oh, there'll be more. There's plenty where that came from in that cursed hole." Durnan voice line every time. Alright, so Yagra, she kind of takes off around the portal towards this last stirge. Doesn't make it all the way around, but she's heading that way. Which brings us back around to the top. Jinku. All that's left is this little bug.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. There's 3 people over there that can deal with that.
Alright. That brings us to you, Zyara.
I'm just gonna try and do Sacred Flame again.
Okay. That hits.
Kill it, Zyara, or it will kill us. Oh, phew.
Instant death. All right. How does that look as that sacred flame crisps this little bugger?
Basically a burst of just white hot fire engulfs this little fucker, and it makes a little shrieking sound as it like sizzles and pops and falls back in the pit.
All right. So we are now out of combat. Durnan, looks over across all of you at your group, kind of nods, says, "You fought well. Drinks on me for the lot of you." And kind of heads back over to the bar. And as you all are kind of making your way back over to your table here, and Durnan has one of his hands here at the yawning portal bring some drinks over to you for your assistance. You see a figure approaching you. You hadn't quite noticed him until now in the fit of battle, but he had been kind of leaning up against the wall. It seems he came in at some point during the fray, and he has a large kind of floppy hat. Looks a little bit ridiculous. He has a kind of a ravishing scarf on, and he walks up to you, strokes his mustache, and kind of tightens his scarf around his neck. And as he reaches your table, he bows and says, "Quite a display you did there. I think you'll be good for this. Volothamp Gadarn, chronicler, wizard, and celebrity at your service. I trust you've noted the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. But now I fear I've misplaced a friend amidst this odious malevolence. And with that, we will call that good for tonight. With the introduction of Volo. All right.
That was awesome.
That was great. Good job, you guys. Those of you that did take damage, how do I do like a rest? Because like some of the people that took damage here, some of the patrons that help at the yawning portal, they come over and kind of tend to those wounds to heal you up. How do I do like a rest so it heals everybody quick?
You click menu at the bottom of the combat tracker, and then there's like a rest, and you can declare a short or.
Okay. And does that automatically heal people, or do they still have to roll their hit die?
Nope. Oh, the short rest, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, I did the wrong one then. Yeah, so the patrons of the bar and some of the other assistants that help during and out, they tend to the wounds that some of you took from these sturges here. There we go. Everybody's healed back up. All right. So we'll see you all in 2 weeks. See what happens next. What Volo's got for you. Big fancy man.
Me?
Cool. I dig it.
And thank you to all of you who stopped by the stream. Thanks for stopping by for the beginning of this story. We'll sign off now and see you next time. Actually, let me see if there's any other Heroes people streaming that we can raid. Let's see. Oops.
Is kind of affiliated with the community.
Who is?
It's Rob. It's Rob 2E. So ROB, the numeral 2, and then E.
All right.
He does the spell effects coding that we all use.
Oh, sure. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me trigger a raid over here on him. Let's see. Let me go to my.
He's actually running Mad Mage right now.
Oh, very nice. Rob 2E. There he is. All right. We're going to raid Rob 2E, the creator of the coding that we use for all our spells here in Fantasy Grounds. Thank God for that. And off we go. See you guys.
Yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Night. Of course. End of the show.